Food is fuel for your body, your mind, and definitely your sport. But let's face it, nutrition is confusing, and the expectations on girls and women to be thin and have a six-pack are exhausting. If you've ever been frustrated with your body, confused about nutrition, obsessed with eating healthy, or guilty when you don't, underate, overate, or overtrained, and overwhelmed with all the pressure, then this podcast is for you. Nutrition can be easy, you can take control of it, but it might start with letting go of control by asking for help and making a change. I'm Lindsay Elizabeth Cortez, sports dietitian and owner of Rise Up Nutrition, where I empower female athletes to overcome nutrition concerns and perform at their highest level, to stop being confused by all the mixed or harmful messages, and finally have confidence in your body as a fierce, fit, and fueled female athlete.
All right, fans, I've got another great guest with me here today, Brittney Reese. She was born in Inglewood, California, and raised in Gulfport, Mississippi. She graduated from Gulfport High School as a state champion in both the long jump and triple jump. After high school, she attended Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College, where she played basketball and went on to earn junior college All-American honors in the sport. And then following her time there, Brittney took her talents to the University of Mississippi, where she truly found her calling in the sport of track and field, and she earned her degree in entrepreneurship. After Ole Miss, Brittney goes on to become one of the winning athletes in U.S. track and field history. She is an Olympic gold and silver medalist, 7-time world champion, the indoor American record holder, and 3rd all-time on the American outdoor list. When Brittney is not competing on the track, she is a mother, philanthropist, sneakerhead, gamer, coach, fashion aficionado, and investor. Brittney, I'm super psyched to talk to you today. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Well, I want to focus on kind of your most recent accolades, I suppose. You just competed in the Tokyo Olympics for Team USA. You won silver in the long jump with a distance of 6.97 meters or 22 feet, 10 and 1/4 inches, which congrats on that. And Brittney, just overall, what was this Tokyo experience like for you?
You know, it was different from all the others. You know, I was blessed and honored to be able to compete for Team USA for like 4 teams. So with the pandemic and everything, it was a little bit more different, but overall experience was great. And I was just telling a couple people a couple of days ago that I plan on going back because I didn't get to experience Tokyo the way I wanted to, and it looked like a cool city. So that's probably something that I'll end up doing like in my later years.
Yeah. Oh, I have to agree. I've actually had the privilege to travel to Japan twice in my life, and I think
it's nice. It's really nice.
I think it's such a cool place, a cool country. And so hopefully you can go back and experience it.
Hopefully so. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, it was, different. You've been on 4 different Olympic teams, like you said. So starting with, Beijing in 2008, London in 2012, Rio in 2016, without having like fans in the stands and stuff. Was it difficult to compete, or you're such a competitor, you're so seasoned. So did you just tap into that mindset and get after it?
I just kind of tapped into that mindset. Luckily, throughout the entire year, we were competing with no fans, hardly any fans. So it kind of prepared us for it. But you just had to find your own kind of type of motivation and just go after it. And basically, everybody was in the same circumstances as you. So there's no reason to complain. And we just did what we had to do and went out there and did it.
Yeah, no, that's a good point that in sports, like, sure, maybe it wasn't the ideal situation maybe for peak performance, but everybody's on the same playing field. You all were under the same situation, the same circumstance.
So
and
there's no reason to complain.
Exactly. You've been at the top of your game for so long now, just one of the best long jumpers in the world. And, I think, right? I'm reading this right? 13 US national titles.
Sounds right.
Is that about right?
Sounds right.
And tons of gold medals, world championships, not just Olympics, tons of golds in the world championships. And you're super confident, when you're out there, you're competing. Again, you're so seasoned. What are some of the major factors that throughout the year, have kept you at the top, that keep you in that confident headspace to just say, there's no complaining. I'm here to compete. Let's get after it. What are some things that really helped you tap into that mindset?
I just think I just love the sport so much. I just love competing. I love being around everybody. So for me, it's just going out there and just having fun. My mom always told me, whatever you do, make sure you're having fun doing it, and that's what been making sure I've been doing. And I just enjoy it. It's a cool feeling. It's a cool sport. People are real caring. Get to travel the world and do things that the average person doesn't get to do. So just being in love with the sport has motivated me to do and be who I am.
Mm. It's just a very like humble approach, just an approach of gratitude too.
That's definitely, yes.
I can't imagine the amount of work that you've had to put into this to get to this level, but it seems like you're just like so grateful.
Oh, most definitely. Like I said, I get to travel. And at first, when I first was turned pro, I didn't like planes, but I still not the biggest fan of them. But, once you land, you get to see places and it gives me the opportunity for my mom to be able to travel. I feel like if I wasn't in this sport, she wouldn't be able to go see the world just as much as I do. So it's cool to see her get to travel and see new things.
Yeah, it's just totally changed your lives and your experiences. What have been some of your favorite places to travel to?
For me right now, I love Germany. I love Berlin. I love Switzerland. It's one of a cool spot to be too. So those are my top two right now. Like I said, I want to go back to Tokyo because I didn't get to. I mean, I've been to Japan, but it was Osaka, but I never got to experience Tokyo. So that's one of the spots I'm definitely going back.
Yeah. What about the food at all these different places? It's tough because you're competing, but is that something that you like to embrace?
Yeah, and funny thing about it is like I love Asian food. Like my coach is Korean and mixed. He's mixed with Korean and Black, and like everywhere we go, and he finds a Korean spot. He finds an Asian spot. Like he finds us somewhere to eat, and so I like going there and getting different types of Korean and Asian food, and just experiencing different types of pasta when I go to like Switzerland and Italy and things like that. Their cuisine is a little bit different. Their food McDonald's even is different. So it's pretty cool.
I've heard that before too, that it's like, okay, McDonald's is, worldwide, but that it's different. It tastes different or the menu's slightly different.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The fries taste different. Like it's crazy, but it's good though.
Is it better? Is it better? Where's the best McDonald's?
No, it's better. I don't even eat McDonald's, but when I go overseas, I tend to like get some fries or something like that. And it's definitely better.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's really interesting just the different like food landscapes in different countries, not only like culturally what, foods are more popular, but even when it's the same food and it just tastes different. Like we have pasta in America, you got pasta in Europe, but it tastes different in Europe. And
I think, and when I think about it, I think it's because they have a lot more, more regards to like nutrition, and what they feed them. People like they're a lot more farmers and things like that, and natural food over there. So I think that's probably what it is. So it just tastes different because everything's so natural.
Yeah, I think like smaller scale, a little bit fresher versus the food economy that we have in the US with these big supermarkets and big companies. And I mean, you can find the local stuff, but you kind of have to go out of your way.
Correct. You can find local stuff. I've definitely had local fruit and stuff like that because I love fruit. So just finding like local fruit is pretty good.
Yeah. That's great. Well, definitely, if you love Asian food, you definitely got to get back to Tokyo.
Oh,
that was some of the best food I've had was in Tokyo in my life.
Yeah, the village, we had some food and it was pretty good. So,
Yeah, amazing. So I've heard you talk on some other places. I guess I'm forgetting where right now, but I've heard you mention that this past Olympics would be your last.
Yes.
And I was wondering if, you're confirming that.
It's it. Yes, yeah. I'm confirming that. That was my last Olympics and possibly my last track meet. Like I said, I have a 13-year-old, so I want to be able to be around him a little bit more and be able, because track and field takes 11 months out of the year out of me. So just being able to watch him grow up and be able to go to his football games and see him see me in the stands like I was able to see my mom in the stands and things like that, I think plays a big role in kids' life. So just me backing away and finding something new to do was probably one of the better decisions I probably would make this year.
Yeah. Yeah. I know the sport of track and field will miss you, but we've had the luxury of watching you for so long now. And yeah, it's interesting. Like for your son, you've been, does he travel with you? How does that work with school
so
and everything?
I have people that watches him for me and be there for him for me. And like my coach is really good at that. Everybody like watched him grow up. He grew up where I trained at. So I homeschooled him for 1 year. So I brought him I get up early. We'll do school and I bring him to the track with me. He'll finish schoolwork. Yeah, it was a lot, but I feel like for him, like education and me being around was really important for his transition and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. And now that he's 13 too, this is where he's going to start to find his own path, especially with sports. Like you said, he's playing football. It's like he's going to start having lots of games and practices and activities. And
I want to be there.
Yeah. Is he pretty into sports? Does he kind of follow in your footsteps with just being athletic and competitive?
Oh, he's definitely athletic. Right now he's playing football. He's ran track. He's played baseball. We're trying to find his thing. So right now we're in finding his thing. So this is kind of his first year really playing school football. He played like at a younger, like a peewee age, but this is his first time playing school football. And he loves it. He plays wide receiver, cornerback, and he's on kickoff return. So for him, he said he doesn't like to get hit. He want to hit. So so I'm guessing defense might be his thing. So I mean, he's playing really well right now. He's playing really well.
That's awesome. That's exciting. So this year you've been in juggling mom mode and professional athlete mode for a while now. And so you're going to be able to focus more on transitioning to that a bit more. And that's amazing for both of you. It's something to look forward to for this year.
Yes, I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Yeah. And like you were saying with your son, he's trying to figure out, what's his thing more. And, that's what you do when you're a kid. You try a little bit of everything. And, even for you've excelled in long jump professionally, but you did basketball in college.
Correct. Yeah. I played basketball. I ran cross country. I went to one volleyball practice. So I tried a lot of things also. I was in a band growing up. So my mom did me the exact same way I'm doing my child. Just let them experience things and something will stick.
Yeah. Yeah. Was your switch in college from basketball to track, was that more driven by like changing universities, or did you change universities because of wanting to get into track again?
So the situation what happened, I went to the community college and played 2 years of basketball. And I originally signed with Ole Miss out of high school. So ended up going to the community college playing basketball. And I had basketball scholarships. It was actually kind of my decision if I wanted to. Ole Miss was so grateful enough to like hold my scholarship. And it was like, you still have a scholarship here. So I was juggling between like what I want to do, if I wanted to just do track and field, did I want to go back and play basketball again? And a deciding factor was one of our regional games, a couple of our teammates got caught smoking weed and got kicked off the team. So we're in one of the final games and we're playing with like 6.5 people. And the reason why I'm saying 6.5 because one of the girl ankle was hurt. So she was limping out. She wasn't no full player. So, I was devastated. I was crying because I'm passionate about what I do. And so I call and talk to my mom and she says, you can either play basketball and rely on other people, or you can go run track at Ole Miss and rely on yourself. So from then I decided to rely on myself.
Wow. What an interesting story.
Yeah.
I think there is such a difference in like those team sports, and there's a lot of positives to having that team sport and working together, and that it's not just you. And then in that situation, that's a negative, right? Of like, you can be the most dedicated, passionate, give 110%. And if somebody on your team is not, that can ruin the experience for you.
Yeah, because we was pretty good. We could have made it far, and then I think it was like 2 or 3 of them got in trouble, and that was it. Like, I was like, track and field, when you go to college, it is a team sport, but you still have to do your job individually. So it was more so I just want to try something different now.
Yeah. 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 And I mean, you did both in high school. It's not like, you were
It's
doing
like
long
not
jump
like
in
I
high
was
school.
new. Yeah,
No,
exactly.
no. But then, so then 2 years of competing collegiately and you went pro right away. So you had the confidence after college. Did you envision yourself going this far at that time?
I didn't actually. I didn't even want to go pro so early. My coach basically pushed me out.
Yeah.
I like my second year. He was like, "You're not getting challenged, and in order way for you to get challenged, you need to turn pro to where you can get challenged and make money on the back end." He said, "You're just too talented to stay in college." So I trusted him, and yeah, obviously it was a great decision. I know I never envisioned going this far. I made my first team in 2007 and I was confused on I'm still fresh to track and field. Like I didn't know track and field that much. And just making that first team and going overseas for the first time, it was a scary experience, but I never envisioned continuing having the longevity that I have had.
Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing. So, I'm hearing from you kind of two sides. One, which is you rely on yourself. You've got that very self-driven entrepreneurial mindset. You have a degree in entrepreneurship, right? Like really taking ownership of your own goals, but then also having a coach who really saw this amazing potential in you and pushed you to that next level.
Most definitely. Yeah. He's the reason why I went pro early and I am who I am today. He was a great coach, great man on and off the track.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that something I imagine, even though you're going to focus on momming as hard as you can for moving forward, is staying in the sport of track and field and coaching or things like that, mentorship, something that you are considering or already doing? I know you do a lot of, already doing. You do a lot of that stuff already.
I was able to, I've always wanted to be a coach. That's been like one of my life dreams was to be a coach. So while I was still training, I coached at a community college for 3 years in California and did that on the side. And so, which made me, after I did those 3 years, I decided to get my MBA, which is where I got my degree in entrepreneurship. So now I'm focusing on, doing a little bit of coaching while, watching my son and doing a little other business ventures out and things like that. So it's going to be an interesting journey.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey fans, I hope you are enjoying this conversation so far and we'll be back to it in just a moment. But first, I want to pause and let you know that this episode is brought to you by the Female Athlete System of Transformation, aka the Fast Track to overcome disordered eating and use food as fuel to perform at your highest level. The Female Athlete System of Transformation is my unique program and proven systems to guide female athletes to understanding and implementing the proper nutrition for their sport, life, and health. Myself and my team of registered sports dietitians work one-on-one with clients to address their unique needs and counsel them through the nutritional and behavioral changes needed. Many female athletes who resonate with disordered eating, mental guilt around food and body, relative energy deficiency in sport or female athlete triad, amenorrhea, repeat injuries due to negligent nutrition, or frankly, just a lack of knowledge and understanding on their fueling needs, have seen incredible success in the Fast Track. After years of working as a sports RD, I've compiled the most effective ways for female athletes to learn nutrition, be supported, be challenged, and ultimately find their success with fueling as fast as possible. So don't wait another day. Get to your goals faster by joining the Female Athlete System of Transformation. Look in the show notes or head to the website to book a free call and learn more. Okay, now let's get you back to the conversation. Enjoy.
And I'm curious to know more about your nutrition. We've been chatting a little bit about traveling, the world and getting to try different food and noticing the differences and everything. At what point in time, if ever, I should say, because everybody's experience with nutrition is different, but at what point in time, if ever, did nutrition become important to you or something that just came to your awareness? That
I would say in 2008, when I lost and didn't get medal in the Olympics in 2008, was when I really kind of got serious about who I want to be and where I want to go. And nutrition plays a part in our sport, nutrition, sleep, and all that type of stuff. So that's when I started getting serious about it. I started seeing the school nutrition because I was still training at the University of Mississippi. So I would see the school nutritionist, and she would give me tips and give me different things to try because I wanted to get faster and I wanted to get stronger, and I needed fuel, and fuel from food would help me help me get to my goal that I was trying to get to. So I was seeing her at least once or twice a week for a couple of years.
That's amazing. Yeah. Our bigger name schools, our D1 schools definitely have sports dietitians on campus. And then typically your D2 and D3 schools might still have a nutritionist. It just might be a campus dietitian, maybe not sports, but it's something to really take advantage of. I know I worked as a collegiate sports dietitian for many years, and it's hard because there might be one, maybe two dietitians for all of the athletes. But when you can be proactive like you did and go seek out their help and meet with them, it can make a really big difference.
Yeah, it made a big difference in my fitness level for 2012. You can see how much weight I put on and how much I gained on and off the track. So it was really good that I took initiative into wanting to seek that. And actually, when I moved to California from Ole Miss, I was lucky enough to train at the Olympic Training Center, and we have our own sports dietitian there too. So I was able to see her do the body fat test and do sleep test and things like that, and try to maximize the best and have an advantage and maximize the best of my potential.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think what I picked up on you saying too is in changing your nutrition or focusing on food as fuel, you put on muscle mass that helped you in your performance, right? It's cool to see, when we talk about specifics like body composition testing and stuff, it's, many athletes fall in a trap of getting the wrong idea and message of what they think they want to look like or something like that. But when you're focusing on performance and you can see, okay, I've made these changes and I've put on lean muscle and now I'm jumping and performing better.
Correct. And not getting hurt.
It's so cool. And it's so cool to see that really translate that food is fuel for your body to do something, to build muscle, to perform better, instead of just this food equals calories, right?
Yes.
Yeah. It
was a good experience when I was at the Olympic Training Center. That was the first time I ever did at Ole Miss I did the body comp where you get into the little egg looking thing and you sit in there.
It's called Bod Pod.
That one. I got in that and I was kind of scared because I'm low key claustrophobic, and I was like, how much longer I gotta be in here? But and then I transitioned to the Olympic Training Center, and we did the skin fold, and she it was an app that she gave me where I can write down everything that I was eating to make sure I was hitting my calories and my things and things like that. So she had from the time I wake up to the time I sleep on what to eat. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was cool. And you enjoyed that structure and routine helped.
I did.
You.
Yeah, I need structure. Tell me what to do and I can do it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's often some of my favorite aspects of being a sports dietitian is working with clients that, if I just give you the knowledge, you do it and then it works. And it's wow, that's
easy. Cool. Yeah.
And so really focusing on changing your nutrition, fueling for performance, seeing how that changed your muscle mass, body composition really helped you. Are there, well, you kind of already mentioned, track and field is 11 months of the year, but are there any differences or different tactics that you found helpful when eating more during competition time versus training time?
Most definitely. So for me, the off season is when I would put on the most weight. And that's because for me, I would want to be around 140, 145 between there by the time my season starts, because I noticed that I tend to lose weight in the summer. I'm guessing because it's so hot and things like that. And then the training is not as intense. So we're still lifting, but we're not lifting as heavy. So for me, I like to put on a lot of weight around the off season time. And then when time starts, I'm around 136, 138, and which is my actual weight. So just making sure I'm maintaining that body weight and staying strong and things like that. So that's when I really try to maximize my most is on the off season.
I love hearing that, you know, from a professional athlete like you to accept that your weight can change throughout the seasons. And in fact, to even strive for that, like when you get to know your body, that I know historically during this season, because of everything that's going on, I might drop weight. And so to be at my best, I actually need to go into it a little heavier, a little stronger.
Yeah, so I make sure I'm a little bit heavier and a little bit stronger. And then once the season starts, I'll start tapering down little by little, but mainly not too much. I won't go down too bad, but I know where I'm at. I know exactly where I'm at.
Yeah. You don't want it to be too drastic. No, but it doesn't sound like that. Yeah. No, and again, you've been doing this, you know your body. And so it's kind of like a little bit like clockwork, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's like clockwork. Just as long as I'm not going below 136, I'll be 100% fine.
Yeah. And, you know, I think that's another good thing to bring up, Brittany, too, is like when we're talking about body weights, there's a range. It's okay to fluctuate. But then you also just said, as long as I don't go below 136, right? That's a point where it's like, oh, wait, this could be dangerous to my performance. I'm going to be low on energy. I'm not going to be strong, you know.
And for me, it's an iron deficiency. I have an iron deficiency problem too. So just taking into account for that and making sure I'm hitting my vitamins. And sometimes I have to go get an iron infusion and things like that. I just have to be real careful.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. And that's another great point is it's about your nutrients and your nutrient status. And so fueling enough, kind of gearing up in the off season and then keeping tabs on things like your micronutrients really plays a big difference.
Vitamins.
Yeah. It's great to hear that perspective, and will be interesting to see too, like how, you know, I think as you continue moving forward now and see what nutrition looks like when we're more in the coach mindset, and
right.
You're still going to be training. I don't think you can.
Most definitely.
Just not
I was just talking about it earlier. I was like, I need to find me somewhere to go, but I need to find a gym or something. I feel myself getting a little weak.
Yeah. You'll get back into it somehow, some
most
way.
Definitely. I know. Yeah, I have to find somewhere I can go get up at around 7:00 in the morning and just go hit it real quick.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's good. Brittany, can you tell us a bit more? I was on your website. You know, you have the Brittany Reese fan club. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah, it's just I want my fans to keep up with me, even though I'm, possibly retiring fully. So I have a lot of things that I want to do outside of just track and field. I have a clothing line. I have a real estate business. I still do giveaways. I still have scholarships. I still have things that I'm doing for the community and my fans. So I want to make sure they stay engaged and keeping up with me like I want to keep up with them. So.
Okay, I'm totally interested in your clothing line. Those were the things in your bio that, of you being a sneakerhead and a fashion aficionado. I was like, oh, those are the two things I'm like furthest from. So.
Oh yeah, I love fashion. Like I have over 200 pairs of shoes. It's crazy because they're not even all here. Yeah, so
oh my gosh,
my closet probably has a fourth of them in there right now.
Oh my goodness. Well, where are they? Just different locations?
I have them in a pod.
You just love sneakers.
Yeah, I love sneakers. I love them.
Yeah. And what's your clothing line?
So it'll be clouds. I'm still working on it because I'm trying to. There's a lot of things that's going on with it. I wanted to have a track and field club, and I want to be able to sponsor my own track and field club with their own apparel. So I will be working with that as soon as I can be able to, get my track club going on. Then I want to be able to have some everyday wear for people, and sometimes some almost like a Nike, but not that big, but just have some like fashion pieces, and then some pieces that you can go train at the gym at. But it will mainly be geared towards my athletes will be kids at my training club. So I want them to, when they go to track meets, they're not wearing a certain brand, they'll be wearing their brand, which is Clouds.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's so cool. They'll be they'll be track and fielding in style with your
For
help.
sure. Most
I
definitely.
think back to like when I was a high school athlete, and I don't know if this was just where I grew up or if this is just my personality, but like I just wore cotton t-shirts, or maybe it was the times.
No,
right?
My son ran for a track club out in California, and sometimes they didn't have a uniform. They just had throw on a little t-shirt and some tights, and they was out there running.
Yeah. Which, is good for kids. Like,
It's
just
good.
get out there,
Go do it. It's no pressure. Not, got nobody. Everybody looks the same. You're not worried about looks and things like that. So just, you outside running anyway. So.
Yeah. But then there's that level of, you put on some good gear, you're feeling good, you're feeling fresh, and then you get after it good. And gives you that confidence, right?
Yes, exactly. And that's what I want.
Yeah. Well, that's super cool. I can tell in all that you've accomplished in your life, and also just in this conversation today, you've got your hands in so many different pots. Your brain's going.
My brain is going at all times. It is going. It might not look like I'm busy, but I'm busy.
Yeah. For sure. So it'll be super exciting to see where this clothing line goes, and, some of your other interests and passions, and turning them into businesses as you, grow your coaching business and things like that too. It'll be super fun. Awesome, Brittany. Well, I'd love to ask you a few more questions I ask every guest at the end of our podcast. If you're willing to play along with these fun questions, okay?
Let's do it.
Brittany, if there's one food you could eat every single day for the rest of your life and never get sick of it, what would that be?
Ooh, it'll have to be shrimp.
Ooh, that's a first.
Yeah, like boiled shrimp.
It's good. Peel and eat.
And even though I can't have a lot because I end up having like an allergic reaction, but I know my limit.
No.
I still eat it. I don't care. I'm lactose and I still eat ice cream and do all that. I don't care.
Oh my gosh. That's amazing. You're like, I could eat shrimp every single day for the rest of my life, except that I have a slight allergy to it.
I still it's like my lip will swell up. I'm take some Benadryl. I'll be okay.
Oh my gosh. I love that. It's funny. But also, I think that's so cool, right? That you're like, no, I know I know my body. I can deal with it. I know my limits.
Oh yeah, I can deal with it. Yeah, I know once I feel it, I was like, okay, I'm done. On with my business. Yep.
Yeah. That's awesome.
And I'll still eat some more later.
Yeah. I love peel and eat shrimp. I lived for a period of time in my life in like Panhandle, Florida.
Okay.
And so we had a lot of I did a lot of peel and eat shrimp at that time. Yeah. It was really, really good, really fresh. And
yeah. I'm in Gulfport, Mississippi, and that's on the Gulf Coast of Mexico. So yep, nothing but seafood here.
Yep, a similar area. So I've eaten that food too. It was good. Amazing. Brittany, it seems like it might be obvious, but sometimes it's not. What's your favorite sport to participate in?
Basketball.
Yes, basketball.
Yeah, most definitely basketball. It's still my first love. Even though I'm talented in track and field, basketball still is it for me.
Yeah, that's amazing. And then how about as a spectator? Do you have a sport that's your favorite to watch?
Tennis.
Oh, nice. Totally different. Do you ever play tennis yourself?
I haven't, to be honest, but I enjoy watching it. If it comes on TV, I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I don't know how the point system or anything works. I just know in and out.
Sometimes that's more fun because when you know too much about the game, or if you've played it yourself, like it can, I don't know, just create different emotions versus.
Yeah, no, I just like I love watching Serena, Naomi Osaka, like all the newer kids that are coming up. Like it's amazing. Like they're so talented. And if it's on TV, I'm going to definitely watch it.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, last fun question, Brittany. If there's a female athlete, whether in your personal life or more professional, that you just want to give a shout out to for being really inspirational in athletics and all that a female athlete represents, who would that be and why?
Allison Felix. You know, she's the most decorated track and field athlete ever, and you never hear about her, any negativity about her. She's real humble. She's real sweet. I want to give a shout out to her, like for inspiring our youth, our young women to be, we all want to be, if we all had a bunch of Allison Felix running around here, I mean, the world would be a better place. So definitely would want to give her a shout out.
I agree. If we all had a bunch of Allison Felixes and I think a couple of Brittany Reeses running around this world, the world would be a better place too.
Oh, definitely.
You've been just awesome to share your experiences with nutrition and track and field and your life and your journey. And it's just been a pleasure to watch you compete over the last decade or more than that. And congrats and good luck with everything.
Thank you so much.
Fans, I hope you enjoyed this episode and conversation. If it did help you, then I want to direct you to where you can sign up for our email list. If you think the podcast is helpful, then you will also find our monthly emails helpful and our blogs helpful. And I'm also super excited to drop some new materials on you all very, very soon to include online courses and swag. That's right. Although my specialty is coaching clients one-on-one individually to their goals, I do know many female athletes are looking for more digital resources that they can take advantage of on their own time. And that is coming super, super soon. So if you get on our email list, then you will be one of the very first to know and even get early bird pricing. No joke. I've been working on this and some other big things for Rise Up Nutrition for a while now. And I want you as a loyal fan, a female athlete nutrition podcast listener, to be one of the first to know about these new and exciting things. So again, if you like the podcast, I'm sure you'll love all the other stuff. So get on our email list and stay in the loop. The direct link to sign up, just submit your email, is in the show notes. So look for that. Or you can always head to our website, www.riseupnutritionrun.com. Thank you so much and happy holidays.